Really?
So yeah, that's why I have these for you. But some of it might be food.
Share and subscribe, y'all. Like, hate, comment below what you want me to talk about: sports, politics, current events, religion, fashion, whatever. Yo, and it show. Look. Just take a picture. Look, hold this camera, right? And just take a picture of me with the baby. I want to just leave it. Just don't. You have to go do nothing. Just you have to do nothing. Just put the camera on me and the baby. That's all. You don't have to touch anything, Anna. You don't have to touch anything. You don't listen. You have to start listening because you don't listen. I told you don't have to touch anything. All you gotta do is show. You got the camera right of me on the baby, right, with the baby. I want everybody to see the pretty little baby that Anna got, and it talks too. All right, it's cool, right?
And it's cool, guys. Oh, it's getting off the screen. The baby's getting off the screen. Hold up. That one is my favorite part. This is so adorable.
She's sleeping.
Yes, this is so adorable.
She sneezed.
There was actually a lot of effects on this.
Yeah, you don't touch the effects.
Oh no, let's talk about the food. Let's talk about the food. This is food.
It's the food, yes.
You tell them what is rich. So the chocolate is the queen.
Yeah, explain what's here.
Alright, so you hold the camera then.
Okay, I'll hold the camera.
Alright. So, see this? This is chocolate. This is the butter. Whoa. For some reason, people call it butter. So I'm pouring that butter. And this is the water that makes it up. And this is the cup where you mix it up. And the cup actually makes it poison there. And that's why we have these to keep your hands clean, where you don't have to use your hands.
Pathetic. They're completely okay with being treated as a subgroup. Completely okay with their reproduction rights being taken away. Completely okay by disobeying.
So, inappropriate posts. Let me tell you about what we're talking about here. This is who they've decided to defend. The user called for the repeal of the Civil Rights Act. He called for a eugenic immigration policy. He said the world should normalize Indian hate. Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna, who is Indian American and is here tonight, like Vance's wife, is also Indian American. He asked the vice president just a simple question on X. Are you going to tell him to apologize for saying, quote, normalize Indian hate before he is rehired into the government? Just asking for the sake of both of our kids. That apparently struck a nerve. Vance responded telling Khanna to grow up, adding, quote, racist trolls on the internet, while offensive, don't threaten my kids. But he says a culture that denies grace to people who make mistakes does.
Very nice.
Vance went even further in another post, accusing Khanna of emotional blackmail of the Doge staffer, adding, quote, you disgust me. The congressman is here, so I want to start with you because
Guy dates Vance's wife is Indian. This is why Ro Khanna said that. He's disgusted with him and wants empathy and sympathy for the racists against Indian and all types of people. This is unbelievable. This is what it is to be MAGA. You have to stand on the side of racism.
Yo, you can take it out.
I, for one, was flabbergasted by that exchange. How did you take it?
I was surprised that he reacted in the way he did. Look, I praised Usha Vance actually just a week and a half ago. I said, as an Indian American, I'm proud of her ascent as a second lady. And I've known Usha. I've known the vice president.
I want the baby to
all I
actually
would
be
say
talking.
is you have someone who's 25 years old who has made deeply offensive comments about Indian Americans, who has talked about repealing the Civil Rights Act, who has talked about his disapproval of interracial marriage. You're going to rehire him. Is he going to apologize? Is he going to have any accountability? No one is saying cancel him. But you can't just rehire him and say, okay, everything is fine, and he's going to represent the United States government.
Why not cancel him? Just asking. Because we're living in an era where we're being told that if you talk about diversity, you should be canceled out of the government, but you can post racist posts
You can also take
a
off
month
her
and a
clothes
half
and take
ago
care of her
and
easier.
welcome in.
Yeah, in a world where DEI and critical race theory and affirmative action are under attack, I feel like we're protecting white supremacists and racists and attacking black and brown people who want to be part of the fabric of the country. And I'm curious how the vice president would explain to his Indian children why he stood up for somebody who said normalize Indian hate. Like, what would he say? And that issue may not come up today.
He also called the guy a racist troll. He acknowledged that this person who he wants back in the government is racist.
They obviously fired him in the first place, right? Why did they?
And guys, look how aggressively they stand up for the racists.
Baby.
Would you ever hear them talk like that about someone that was wrongfully and disgustingly called a DEI hire because they were either black or brown or a woman? And guys, this whole thing about Usha, he has a lot of respect for what Rokana said, for her assent. I'm sorry, but this is something I don't talk enough about. Republican women are absolutely pathetic. Pathetic. They're completely okay with being treated as a subgroup. Completely okay with their reproduction rights being taken away. Completely okay by just obeying, yes, leader, whatever their husband tells them. So pathetic. Usha, you're Indian. Divorce that piece of garbage. Have some respect for yourself.
See this property on Craigslist for $4,300 a month?
Hold on.
Well, it's been sitting empty for the last 28 days.
It's cute. Cute baby.
Naked, though. Hold on, I'm gonna get some underwear.
Okay.
Well, and I think that there's two things that I see happening here. The first one is that this is the signal to his voters that we are going to let these things slide. Right? That you can't be canceled anymore. For all of us, however, the other vast majority of Americans, we're standing by the fact that we are going to hold people accountable to that. And with all due respect, Congressman, an apology would not suffice for me in this particular circumstance. This is a moral character bedrock of somebody's perspective of the world. I don't care what you got on your grades at Stanford. I don't care what coding competition you won. These are not the kinds of people who should be filtering the biggest decisions in the design of this
So what, he's banished off into the desert for
No,
eternity?
no.
Send him off into
So you're okay with racism in your party?
The baby's
Hold on,
saying
let me
you
finish.
put
That
on
is not what I said, so don't even go there. Absolutely not. I think it's important what he said. I frankly agree. If he's willing to acknowledge what he said was wrong and apologize for it, we are a
Which he
compassionate
didn't do
people.
that,
Why can't we
though.
give
He
us...
didn't do that.
But we don't know that he's done that or not.
But he
But
has access to the World Wide Web, and you're welcome to apologize. We're very much looking forward to it.
I'm just saying...
Dixie meant to put on
asked
the clothes.
Yeah,
J.D.
put on
Vance, the
clothes
vice
right.
president,
Put on
But
should
she
this
said
person
that
apologize?
is,
Vance didn't say,
I know.
yes,
I
he
just want to do
should.
this real quick.
He said, God, he said all kinds of terrible things about the Congress.
Oh, that's what all was.
He acknowledged that the comments were sophomore and terrible and all this stuff
And
that he said.
racist.
Eight minutes.
And racist,
Hold
yeah.
on.
Are you
He
feeling
called the guy a racist troll, and now he's like, come back to the government.
JD Vance would have been better served if they just
The cameras
disowned
up
this
here.
in the
See
beginning.
all
Like,
of
this is one of those easy things to do. It wouldn't have been much backlash against JD Vance and Donald Trump if Elon Musk just decided, okay, well, this guy's going. I think this is more about Elon Musk's guy than anything else, because in most other situations, they would have just said, okay, we're going to cut ties with you, which is exactly what they ended up doing. But I still think that this part of this connection to Elon Musk, where many people have Donald J. Trump as president, J.D. Vance as vice president, but then Elon Musk as a Republican member of Congress described him as Prime Minister Musk. I think putting Elon Musk on the same level of Donald J. Trump, where we excuse everything that he does, I think that that's just really problematic.
Vance is wrong in that.
Okay.
Guys, this is unbelievable. Malik,
She
you
went to the
have
potty.
a racist base. This is the reason why they'll defend it. This is why. Sympathy and empathy for these disgusting races. They have to. There's a base in the Republican Party that's just racist. And if they call them out too hard, or at all really, they will lose support from them, will lose power or chances to get reelected. Trump doesn't like people who his base don't like, so he'd remove you. This is why they have to constantly defend racism. It's simple as that. It's not as simple as, oh, just remove him and just another racist. No, they have to keep feeding that red meat, that racist red meat that they've trained the Republican Party to be angry towards and have this hate in their heart towards.
The information that we are receiving, the slurs that we receive as Black and brown people, as women online, is hurtful, right? It's not, it doesn't matter what culture is worse. That's not true. And this individual works in government. When I go to my government and ask them for something for help, do I have to worry that the person on the other end of the email or phone is racist and actually hates me and has been online saying, we think you should be whatever, deported or whatever?
He should apologize.
But it's not just
Absolutely, I'm not arguing. I completely agree with that.
But again, like I do want to challenge us. This isn't an apology. Like I have a 5-year-old at home. He says he's sorry, and he does not mean it to his sister all of the time. It's just to get through the thing. I believe that the Trump administration was so eager for a moment like this to be like, see guys, don't worry, we're going to save you. We're going to make these things insignificant. We're going to decurrency these kinds of statements and provide air cover. I agree with you. I think they chose the wrong one to die on the hill of. But we, as a society, as much as you want to strip DEI and wokeism and CRT, it's not going to work.
Well, look,
we're all still
I
here.
think that what this is happening in the context of a lot of other things in this government. And part of the point that I'm trying to bring to the table is that this is the same government that is saying at the Department of Defense, we're going to stop acknowledging Black History Month. We're going to go into DOD schools and address what they are learning there. This is from Jamie Raskin. He says he received this memo from constituents abroad on a U.S. military base who are parents in the DOD school system. They are outraged that censorship like this is happening against military families. One asked a school official why they removed photos on the wall of Susan B. Anthony and Dr. King, but not Leonardo da Vinci, and was told, quote, he was a real historical figure. This is also happening in the same government. So, I don't know. How are we supposed to interpret this with our eyes and our ears?
Well, I'm not familiar with that and what's going on. Obviously, I would believe that is wrong. It should not be happening in our government, and I would love to know more about what happened. We're talking here, we're talking about two different things. If it's about DEI and qualifications for jobs versus giving somebody a second chance,
those are not different things, okay? Because if we talk about qualifications for a job, and you're also telling me that you are willing to hire somebody who is a self-described racist, then how is that person qualified for a job serving the American people in the government?
You just said it, Abby. That is the qualification. To them, they see a Black or brown person or a woman working at some prominent position. Those are DEI hires. They're not meant to be there. That's a white person's job. A disgusting racist that works for Elon Musk.
Share and subscribe, please. SNS. Subscribe and share.
Chance, guys. This is a second chance. This is some redemption, right?
Like, hate, comment.
Vice President, here's what
Hit the bell for notifications.
So emotional about this and such an outburst.
She's
I'm not saying that he's not condemning the person. I mean, but why can't he just say, yes, the person should apologize before being reconsidered? What is the hesitancy for him to say it? Is it political that he doesn't want to offend a base? What is it that he can't say that?
Well, I came on here. I've not seen your back and forth. I'll be honest.
But okay,
I can't speak. Look, I can't speak for the vice president, but I do know that he condemned the remarks from the outset.
But do you think he should, at the very least, say that before someone is hired, he should?
I'm not going to tell the vice president what he should or shouldn't.
So you're not.
I agree that I think the guy should at least acknowledge what he said was wrong.
And if he doesn't do that publicly, do you think he should be fired? The guy, if he doesn't,
you heard him. Yes, I'm very clear. I think he has to acknowledge that he should not be hired back.
And do you think it would be a big mistake in terms of the signal that Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are sending?
No, I'm not getting into the signals and stuff. I'm talking about signals.
And we are saying that we are here to protect racists and white supremacists and the manosphere. That's what we're here to protect.
What signal do you think it sends?
And I just need to say one thing. This whole, where is he going to work? You know, he has to have a chance to redeem himself. He apologized. He should be allowed to work. I'm sorry. I work at a company in my personal life. If they caught me saying things like that, I'd be gone. There'd be no questions. I think that's probably the case for most of us. If anything, they monitor our social media. Because in their view, they want people of normal character.
Thank you for
To be a racist, I'm sorry. You may not know this. But at least in my view, it's a mental disorder. There's something wrong. You hate a skin color this bad. You hate a hair type, a religion, or these different views of different people that all, what a surprise, nothing you hate about white people. And guys, this sympathy, this nonsense. I have a great idea. Let me know in the comments, guys. You know where this racist piece of garbage can work? The guys have the idea to get all the immigrants out. Fine, let's get all the immigrants out, and you guys can go work the fields.
If you're thinking of going back to school to get a new job so you can earn more, don't do it.
Right? You know those fields that Trump tried to say those were black jobs? Those can be racist jobs. And you know what? I'll help the Trump administration.
He's trying to walk on my hands.
One of those fields.
Hey, you gonna fall? He's trying to walk on my hands.
Don't you think it's sense that they're willing to have
If he's
someone like
telling
that serving?
he's about to take her a second
Yeah,
step.
again, I think the guy should acknowledge what he did.
I know, but I'm asking, what do you think it tells the average American? I mean, if they're just watching and they're like, what's going on here? Why on earth would someone like that be in our government? What signal would the Trump administration be trying to send?
Yeah, look, again, I go back to, I don't think they're trying to send some racist signal here. The kid made a mistake. He needs to acknowledge his mistake. And I don't, there's not some grand conspiracy about anybody.
As a kid, he's 25 years old.
I'm 45, to me, as a kid, he's 25.
But he's been.
This is not a child. This is not 25 years old is somebody who could have a child. 25 years old is somebody who is in their mid-20s. They are grown adults. They've had many, many years out in the workforce. Not a kid. Okay, let's stop infantilizing this person.
Well, I wasn't doing that. I'm 45, so I view a 25-year-old as a kid. It sounds.
No. I'm sorry. And Malik is about to say, yeah, he is a kid to me. He's 25. You have to understand what they're doing here. Just in one side of their mouth, these are geniuses. These are Muslim geniuses. They're geeks and they know all this and that. Now all of a sudden they're just a kid. They're just a kid. You know what they're trying to say with that, right? He's just a dumb kid. He doesn't know what he was doing. You know how kids are. You can't trust them. You know, you have to give him a chance to redeem himself. He's a dumb kid. This is how they defend racism. They think they're slick.
But it is making excuses for him, because what we're saying, and again, I'm going to hold the line on, an apology doesn't work here.
What is your answer then? What is your answer to it? What should we do?
This is the first example of the Trump administration saying to the people who have been allergic to words like equity, inclusion, as in you can all sit with us, diversity, which is, whether we like it or not, the entire state of the country, woke as in being just someone who's paying attention. Hey, you don't have to worry about that anymore. I know that was a really hard process for you.
What is your answer? What is your answer in a situation like that? He should be banished off into the misery, and we should.
And what we are dealing with is that Trump is ushered in an era when people feel, especially white people, feel it's comfortable to say anything, and you encounter this on the street, where in between cars, and you see this all the time in videos that we capture on the street, that people are saying crazy things to people they think are immigrants, or are black, or are female, and this is advertising that this is okay to this administration. The top people in the country, this is okay.
Let me offer one other aspect of this, because I mean, we're at the end of a week in which Doge has been everywhere, but I'm still not seeing a lot of evidence, Congressman, that they're really making a dent in what they're supposed to be making a dent in, which is government spending. And the
But guys, let me give you my spiel here. Then they could go on for a couple more minutes about funding stuff and how Doge is not saving anyone money, which is true. But yeah, let me give you my spiel here, guys. Republicans, MAGA, conservatives, those who may not call themselves racist, but when you support a party like this that gives these clear, very clear signs that they're at least in support of racism or not totally against it, it means that you're supporting it as well.